Hello, welcome back to Dean's Talk. You join us for part 2 of our European road trip. We've left Biarritz, driven through, we avoided the auto route, we've gone for a really nice route called the D918, but specifically come into this road called the N135, which is a nice country road which is leading down into Spain, and we are heading to Zaragoza. We're staying in a really cool hotel, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, gonna enjoy this car on these beautiful Spanish country roads. We're about northwest Spain, but yeah, like I said, the road is called N135. If anyone wants to enjoy it, you can always tell it's a good road as well, because there is always bikes and cyclists and all that sort of thing around here as well. But it's very quiet, very smooth tarmac. So yeah, join us for part 2 of the road trip. We're gonna enjoy the GT4. Here we are heading up the N135, absolutely a lovely bit of road, just lots of fast twist turns with a few kind of hairpins like this, yeah, and it's very quiet other than the occasional bike and whatnot, but yeah, I'm absolutely enjoying this car on this road. The way it feels is just unreal. You feel so connected to it. Just wherever you want to go, it takes you. Been waiting to get my car on a proper road like this, so enjoy it. So, we finished at M135, well, we're still on it, but the main fun part of it was back there. When we come across this, not really a town, a village, it's Ronchavez, I'm definitely pronouncing it wrong, but maybe I'll put the a screenshot of it, but it's a perfect little kind of pit stop. They had a couple of restaurants there, we stopped, had some food, and it's obviously a popular road for the locals because we happened to see a bit of there's some classic cars, even some supercars, Lamborghini, McLaren, there was Porsches, there was a bunch of nice cars, basically, yeah, coming up as where we were eating in the restaurant. So, yeah, it was quite fun sitting there having some nice food. It's a really good stop if you're ever on that road. Yeah, we just stumbled across it and yeah, ate some good food, had some nice views. So yeah, can't complain. Definitely getting, the weather's getting a lot better now. We're heading further south. It does look like it's going to be hot in Zaragoza where we're heading. But yeah, so next stop really is the hotel, a couple hours away. So yeah, just going to enjoy these nice roads in the GT4 and make our way to the hotel. So we've arrived at the Hotel Cadre. Yeah, it doesn't look like much on the outside, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'll show you why now. We'll go and check in and head inside. How cool is this? So, I saw this hotel on, I think it was Instagram like ages ago, and I always said if we were ever part of this part of the world, then I want to stay here. But yeah, basically you get your own private garage, and the room is upstairs. But yeah, I like keeping my car safe when we're abroad, especially when driving my own car in foreign countries. But yeah, so you get your own private garage, and it literally just leads straight into the room. So you join us after a couple nights in the hotel in Zaragoza, and we've just come to a place called Modelo City. Whenever I'm abroad, I like to try and find like small hotels, sorry, not hotels, museums, that like car museums and stuff that you don't normally see. I've never seen this online, literally never heard of it before. I just was looking on Google Maps, and I don't know what to expect. It might not be worth it at all, but we're heading to Andorra today. So we're going through the Pyrenees, going to be driving some amazing roads. So I'm looking forward to that. But I wanted to stop here, kind of on the way. Like I said, I think it's a small museum, so we're not going to be there that long. But it has quite a unique kind of looking design to it. And yeah, they have a car museum a part of it, so I'm going to check it out, and if there's something worth filming, you'll see that in a second. So we've just come in. Turns out there's a Ferrari expo going on at the moment. Funny enough, it ends in August, so we've got the timing right on this one, unlike when we was at Le Mans. But yeah, we walked in, we've got a lovely Dino, and look, down here, I can see lots of nice Ferraris. Yeah, wasn't expecting this, so yeah, like I said, I found this place on Google Maps, but I think we've timed it very well. I don't think, obviously these cars aren't always here, but yeah, let's go check out what they got. So I think we picked a good time to come here because we have some of literally the rarest Ferraris out there. We've got a bunch of 512s here. We've got the 512M, 512 Testarossa, and then the Mono Special, which is the single mirror one. And then over this side, now this is crazy how rare this is. This is the, based on a 599, this is the Nibbio Zagato, which they built less than 10 units of, and they had a retail price of about 1.5 million. But yeah, I mean, this probably stays at the factory or the original museum, but yeah, it's pretty crazy to see that here. Wasn't expecting this. And then over here we have a lot of the special models. So we've got the LaFerrari, which is one of 500, 499, but they built an extra one. But this is insane. So excuse the background noise, you can play engine noises. So this one is the only Enzo in a full carbon, exposed carbon body, and it was the 400th built. Was gifted to the Pope John Paul II and was auctioned later to help the victims of the 2004 tsunami. So it's pretty special to see that here. Fully exposed carbon. We've got a LaFerrari in black, which you do not see LaFerraris in black very often. I can't remember if I've ever seen one before, to be honest with you. Obviously the majority of them in red, you see a couple yellow, blue, etc. Just
just head further down. On this side, we've got an F12 TDF, 599 GTO. We've got a 365. We've got a 250 GT Cabriolet. We've got a short wheelbase California, and then another Lusso down there, the coupe. Over this side, we've got this 2005 Formula One car. So it was driven by Schumacher and Barrichello, which is pretty special. Another 275 here. But yeah, I mean, for a small, you know, there isn't loads of cars, but in terms of quality, it's right up there. Some very, very rare Ferraris. So yeah, it was pretty exciting to see this. I'm glad we popped in. So that was unexpected. Definitely worth the pit stop. Like I said, it's just outside the main part of Zaragoza. It was only like 10 euros per person. They didn't actually have loads. They had like some old bikes, some like future technology like drones and stuff like that. But the actual car part, I mean, there was only about 13 Ferraris, but in terms of those 13 Ferraris, it's pretty special. I mean, the carbon bodied Enzo, the Nibbio Zagato, pretty special stuff there. So yeah, it's well worth a stop. But yeah, now we're heading to the Pyrenees. So let's go find some nice roads. So we just had a quick little lunch stop. Like I said, making our way to Andorra. So we're actually staying the night in Andorra before we head up into France, and then one night in France, and then to the F1. So we kind of started our road to the F1 this weekend. I kind of mentioned it at the start, but yeah, we are going to the Belgian Grand Prix and for the full 3 days. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's the first one I've actually been to. But yeah, so we're making our way to Andorra now, just kind of driving this quite scenic route. Yeah, we're going to do a bit of a detour to kind of a good road in the Pyrenees. There's a road, it's called the N260, that is quite a good kind of driving road. It's quite popular in that area, you know, for that sort of thing. So we're going to take a bit of a detour there, then head into the centre of Andorra, just check it out a little bit, and then obviously get into our hotel for the night. But yeah, making steady progress, and hopefully, well, before we know it, probably just over an hour or so, we'll be on some really nice mountain roads. So here we are on the N260. Lovely bit of road. Just seen a Ferrari California go by on UK plates as well. But yeah, obviously lots of tight hairpins and kind of sweeping bends. It's not quite as smooth as some of the French roads, and definitely not like the Swiss Alps, but it's still a very fun road. It's a little bit busy today, so it's hard to enjoy it completely, but it's still a brilliant place to be in this car. I'm absolutely loving this, and this is where this car's meant to be enjoyed. So we're just going to kind of work our way up, try and find a decent little viewpoint as well. But yeah, it's definitely a fun bit of road. So here we are on the N260, absolutely stunning bit of road, beautiful scenery. Like I said, the tarmac's a bit rough if I'm being picky, based on other roads I've driven, like mountain roads, but it's still an absolutely stunning place to drive. There's some spirited driving in the GT4, is what it's built for. Just amazing weather, it's just absolutely perfect. But yeah, we're gonna head back down and head into the centre of Andorra. And then we're staying about 20-30 minutes from that in a hotel. So if you see anything interesting there, I'll obviously show you. But yeah, if you're coming this way, make sure you put the N260 on your list. It basically goes through the whole of the Pyrenees, essentially, if you look at it on Google Maps. But yeah, we've only done a small section of it. But yeah, very, very happy to be here. You join us morning after. We've just spent our night in Andorra at Hotel and Spa Bring. Yeah, it was a really nice hotel actually. I'll
put up a picture of the view we had. It was kind of right tucked into the top of the mountains of Andorra. We had a lovely view down through the valley, which you can kind of see here as we're driving down. But yeah, it's been a really nice place, really nice roads. There's definitely a lot more driving to do around this part of the world, the Pyrenees. But we are now heading back into France. So like I said, the road to F1 continues. So we've got basically a long driving day today. We're going to be doing over 600 kilometres, probably about 7 hours-ish of driving. So yeah, it's just kind of a bit of a, well, it'll be a nice drive out the Pyrenees, but once we get out of it, it's just going to be a typical auto route journey. But yeah, I think I'll kind of update you a bit further into the journey in France and just kind of talk about my experience with the GT4 a little bit now that we're kind of getting towards the end of the road trip. Like I said, we're approaching the F1, so I'll run through some of the things that I like and dislike, things that I've learned. But yeah, on we go. Just cleaning off bird poo. So we're just heading over the other side of the Pyrenees, basically heading towards the French border. We're on this stunning mountain road. There appears to be a Alpine A110 owners club that are heading down. But yeah, absolutely stunning bit of road. Last bit of the Pyrenees we're driving, so we're just trying to enjoy it a bit. But yeah, I've seen about 20 plus A110s come round, as you can see them coming down there. But yeah, what a bit of road. As you can see, the weather's taken a bit of a turn. Yeah, it was raining really heavy back there, but yeah, we're just obviously on the French auto routes now. A nice drive out the Pyrenees. But yeah, now we are heading obviously to our stop for the night in France. And then from there, tomorrow we'll be making our way to Belgium, stay in the night, and then that'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which will be the F1. So I wanted to take this time basically just to talk about what it's been like with the GT4, some good bits and bad bits, you know, whilst we're on this drive, because like I said, I don't know how much we're going to be filming at the F1, but I just kind of wanted to conclude the driving side of it, side of the road trip. We've still got a lot more driving to do, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on some of the good and bad bits. I mean, firstly, you know, suspension. I mean, this car does this trip easy. Obviously, the auto routes are a lot smoother. You know, European roads are a lot smoother than our roads in the UK. We all know that. But yeah, the way it handles absolutely fine on a long journey. You know, it never feels too harsh. You're never getting out of it thinking, well, I'm so glad to be out of this car. Which again, you know, kind of talking about the bucket seats, you know, if you're looking at one of these cars and you're not too sure, just get the bucket seats, because they are comfortable on these long journeys. Not once have we ever got out and been like, oh, my back hurts. That's the same for my wife, my passenger. You know, on these longer journeys, sometimes we've been driving 7 hours, 8 hours in the car. You know, not once has either of us got out with a bad back. So they're good seats. Unless you actually got back problems, then maybe they're not for you. But if you're questioning about comfort and all of that, I really would not stress. I would just go for the bucket seats. The practicality as well, another good bit. You've seen the video of me stuffing the car with the suitcase in the front. We've got bags in the back. You can do 2-3 weeks easy. You know, we've got loads of space in the back still, even with all of our luggage. So I would just, I wouldn't worry about that if you was looking at one of these. And it just makes it such a great all-rounder. A car like this that can handle like this, but still has the practicality of essentially like a hatchback. You know, I don't know the volume in terms of like say for example a Golf to this, but you can get a lot in this car. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't worry about that side of it. Also, another good thing is no assistance features. I don't know if I talked about it. I think I've talked about it before in my GT4 videos. But on this long journeys, you notice it getting in and out of the car. There's nothing to turn off. I turn off stop start, but that's about it. You know, for a 21 plate car, you know, normally they have got lane keep assist, pre-collision assist, brake assist, all these safety features, and this car doesn't. You just get in, turn it on, and drive. That's what I love. Because nowadays, if you get a newer vehicle, you can't avoid that. You just can't avoid that. So I love that it's still modern-ish and doesn't have all those silly nannies. Some of the bad bits, I mean, these bad bits, take them with a pinch of salt, because I'm not, you know, just kind of when you're on a long journey, you notice some of this stuff. At the kind of higher speeds, higher revs, you know, you're sitting at, on these auto routes, you're sitting about 3,500 RPM, so it can get a bit drony, a bit loud. This is quite a mechanical engine, you do hear a lot, and obviously it's right behind you. But yeah, so you know, there is quite a bit of noise, quite a bit of drone, which again, you notice on these slightly longer journeys. It doesn't bother me that much, but you just notice it in Europe because you're travelling at a higher speed consistently, like naturally, because the speed limit's higher and you're always maybe going a little bit more, let's be honest, in Europe. So you just kind of notice it a bit, and I think that's where maybe if you had a PDK with 7 gears, it would kind of take that out. I don't know, I've never driven a PDK, so I'm not too sure. What else? I mean, we haven't been stuck in loads of traffic. Obviously we're in the city, we're going a bit slower. The one thing that you do notice, obviously, it really does not like to be in first gear, slow speeds. It just feels like lurchy, and you need to be going at least 10 mile an hour in first gear consistently for it to not feel a bit jolty. Again, if you got the PDK, that would avoid that. But for me, this isn't a daily. If I was daily in one of these, I would 100% get the PDK. For what I use it for, road trips, track days. I want to be doing a lot more track days in the UK after this road trip. But yeah, for what I use it for, I like the manual. I'm sure the PDK is brilliant though, so whatever one you went for would be a great choice. It's just been an amazing car, and yeah, I'm very grateful to be on this trip with it. It's an absolute dream car for me. To take it on big bucket list trip, it's been really special. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on some of the good bits, the bad bits of driving a GT4 and how much I've enjoyed it. Yeah, if you're looking at getting one, you've got any questions, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, we're on our way to stop in France. I don't know, you probably see me next maybe at the F1, at the Belgium Grand Prix, because like I said, we're travelling the next couple of days. We've got some long journeys, so I don't think I'll be filming that much. We're not doing any tourist stops, going to any museums, nothing like that. No fancy, you know, no nice roads, unfortunately. We're just doing auto route, get into the F1, going to enjoy the F1 and then head home. I'll wrap it up then, and I'm obviously going to take a picture of my trip computer as well to show you obviously what sort of miles we've done, average MPG, and kind of the total miles for the trip. But at the moment we're about 2,600 kilometres in, so yeah, by the end of the trip we're going to be way over 3,000 kilometres. But I'd do it all again in this car. So yeah, let's get through this rain. join us on the morning of the F1. We have arrived in Belgium. We're staying about just over an hour. I think there might be a little bit of traffic away from the track. I don't know where we are exactly, but I'll put up a screenshot of where we stayed. It's really nice. Basically like an Airbnb. It was done through Booking.com. It's a really nice house, looking over onto the lake or onto the river. Yeah, really nice place to stay. So we spent the night there, and yeah, so we're now heading to day one of the F1. I don't know what I'm going to film exactly. You might just see snippets over the next 3 days of everything that's gone on, anything interesting. But yeah, I'm not necessarily going to film loads of day one, day two, day three. Just kind of give you an overview of what it's been like. I don't have a microphone. It's probably going to be quite noisy there, so you won't be able to hear me that well, most likely. But yeah, I still want to obviously film some bits and film my experience there. So join me really along for my first F1 race.
So we've just parked up at the Malmedy Expo. Conveniently, there's a sign right there. There's all different parking spots, but we're in the Malmedy one for the F1. And yeah, they've given me a nice big space, to be fair, which is appreciated. So I was a bit worried about the car park, but yeah, so we're gonna head in now.
So we are at the Eurotunnel now. We've just parked up. Managed to get an earlier ferry, but yeah, you saw some clips just then of the race. Well, a few different, the Porsche Supercar clips from the race. I didn't throw too much in there. Most of you probably watched it. By the time this video comes, it'll be old news. But yeah, unfortunately, Norris was on pole, and then Piastri got him down the Kemmel Straight on basically the first lap after it rained for like an hour. And then that was all she wrote, really. So, but no, it was a good race. It was amazing to be there. First F1 race. And yeah, so we're done. Road trip is complete. So we're getting out of here about an hour home. I'll put up a screenshot of the trip computer, how many miles we've done. Yeah, I think it's about close to 3,000. A lot of miles. So yeah, the car's been amazing. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe, give it a like. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.